And we're back. I'm your host, BKP, the voice of rural America. I was wondering through the break. You know, I said Admiral Rogers. I don't need the picture, but I had a picture up that I said the impression. I just really looked. Admiral Rogers looks pissed. I'm sorry. And so why can nobody recognize when I'm being nice? It's just come to me. I mean, I'm a really nice guy, and people don't recognize it. I got to be doing something wrong. But then again, it's probably not me. All right, moving right along, okay? This weekend, we have, what's the name of this, Sam?
North Georgia Living Showcase.
North Georgia Living Showcase, okay? I just want to highlight this because we have so many things to do here in North Georgia. There's so much fun. I'm not going to knock the great Atlanta, okay? But your car doesn't have to travel south to have a lot of fun. And if you're coming north, this is the place to be. So the North Georgia Living Showcase is going on this weekend. I know you can't read all these details on here, okay? And it's happening over at the Highland Crossings. Is that the name of it, Highland Crossings? That is the Walmart Shopping Center over here. Highland Crossing Walmart Shopping Center over here on 515 in Ellijay. North Georgia Living Showcase. You're seeing it as we go to commercial. It is on Fetch Your News Community, and it's on our Facebook page. You want to check this out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, moving right along from that. Dodd Frank. Now, this is a brief segment because we're going to have two different segments here, Sam. So let's just go with this, okay? I'll tell you when this segment's over because we record these and we put them on our YouTube channel. Fetch Your News, FYN TV, Fetch Your News YouTube. We put all of our segments up there. You can watch and share with your friends after the show. Now, after the financial collapse, and we don't have time to do an hour of this, but after the financial collapse, I'm sorry. I'm trying to focus, Sam, but I keep coming back to that damn grandfather clock. I swear to God, I swear to God, I'm like, the clock, you ever go to one of those mystery dinner theaters? That's like what I figured it out. That's what it was. They had dinner. It was a mystery dinner theater. And Comey wrote the intro to it. The grandfather clock. That's where the mystery is. The whodunit is there. I bet if you open that clock, one of Donald Trump's former New York associates. That's what we say there. Associates. I can't get past that. I love when they go to New York. What do you know about that thing? You know that thing. That thing upstate. You know that thing with Michael. What do you know about that thing? Big Paulie. Went over to see Big Paulie. All right. I can see now. I have to go home this weekend, and I'm going to have to watch. I'm going to have to watch Vegas with Joe Pesci and what's his name? And I'm going to have to watch American Hustle. I'm going to have to watch it. I know what I'm going to have to watch. I'm going to have to watch Donnie Brasco. Have you ever seen that movie, Donnie Brasco? Oh my God, I have to watch that one. All right, Dodd Frank. After the financial collapse, let's get serious for a minute. After the financial collapse. While we're pausing in a period of time for the next financial collapse. I don't have time for that one day. Illinois is broke. You ever notice Illinois is broke? Let me just throw out here real quick, folks, real quick, okay? Illinois will file bankruptcy. They'll file bankruptcy. Puerto Rico filed bankruptcy. California has no damn money. You think that they figured something? You think the liberals out there in California figured something out? Remember, it seems like it was just yesterday they were so broke they didn't know what to do. Okay, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the former governor, was selling the office chairs out of the warehouse to try to rake up enough money to pay payroll that week. I swear to God. So California's broke. California wants single-payer health care. New Jersey, Chris Christie. Okay, well, you know about that thing, Chris. You know that thing? Like the unfunded teacher pensions you don't have the money for? So New Jersey's been downgraded, what, 12 times? Okay, to where the whole South, the whole state's been integrated. We call it like South Kearney. If you understood what I said, you'll understand. South Kearney. I mean, the western part of the state used to have a AAA bond rating, and then you have the truck stop at South Kearney. Just say it. Just say it. Okay. But that being said, folks, during the last financial crash, which we are taking a pause between now and the next one, we had two upstanding citizens, two memorable lawmakers, two historical figures in time create legislation to repair our financial institution. Okay? Oh my God. How do you do these damn stories and keep a straight face? So go in today and sit down with your banker and look at them and say, Dodd Frank. Okay? Let your banker tell you, okay? You remember you went in and you got a loan and then you went back and you can't get a loan and your banker says, okay? Here's what your banker says. Since Dodd Frank. Since Dodd Frank. Well, you know, things were different, but since Dodd Frank, okay? So just briefly, because I brought it up, so I want to tell you, Barney Frank and Chris Dodd, that's the name of the bill, Dodd Frank, did everything they could to strangle the financial community in this country to where it virtually became impossible to make a loan. I don't have time to go into it. I understand it pretty well. Matching funds, you're supposed to have so many percent of matching funds. So if you loan $1 million, you're supposed to have so much in the vault of matching funds. And every time the economy collapses, then lawmakers think, well, if we up the matching funds, and then you have the FDIC, which is broke and bankrupt, and they don't have the money, but so you up the FDIC to give you the illusion out there there's money to pay you if the bank goes under. That's just the truth, okay? That's the truth. And we'll just leave it with that. That's not crap on a cracker, okay? Flat out truth. So you have these two Dodd Frank. Representative Barney Frank acknowledges hiring male prostitutes as a personal aid. Representative Barney Frank of Massachusetts said today that without his knowledge, had no idea this was going on, a male prostitute he hired to do personal errands. Personal errands. Buy him socks. Mr. Pitt, did he go out and buy socks? Hey, can you buy me some socks? Personal errands. Give me some handkerchiefs while you're out there. Do personal errands, okay? Had run a prostitute service from the congressman's Washington apartment. Hell, what have you been doing since I'm away? Whores everywhere in my apartment. How dare you? I can't make it up. It's right here. It's right here. Oh my God, it's from the New York Times. God knows we have to trust that, right? Hired prostitutes from the congressman's Washington apartment. Barney Frank, who made his homosexuality, you got to say it like that, homosexuality, public in May of 1987, said he had paid for sex with prostitute one time. Just one time I was lonely enough to go to South Kearney truck stop and get a prostitute. So that is the Frank, okay? That's the Frank, no pun intended. Now, here's how Ted Kennedy sexually assaulted a waitress. No, not Ted Kennedy. Say it's not so. The media was very outraged over those Trump tapes. It would have been nice if they'd been just as outraged with their icons like Ted Kennedy. It is after midnight. Kennedy and Dodd, Chris Dodd, are just finishing up a long dinner in a private room on the first floor of a restaurant's annex. They are drunk. Oh no, not a couple Irishmen. I'm sorry, didn't have to do that, okay? Not a couple Irishmen. I guess I did. They are drunk. Their dates, two young blondes, leave the table to go to the bathroom. I mean, you got dates. You got a couple blondes with you. All right? The dates are drunk too. Okay? They always get their girls very drunk. Says the bartender. I'm not going to go into the details because it gets graphic. Okay? It gets graphic. To me, Chris Dodd raped this woman. They called it a sandwich. I'm sorry. Please don't take it. I got it right here. Okay. So I just wanted to set up every time you go in the bank when the banker says Dodd Frank, I think it's whole different things. I don't think of a piece of legislation for my financial institutions. But the whole story today is with everything on Comey is House is poised. Now I'm getting to the serious point. House is poised to vote to dismantle Dodd Frank. House Republicans on Thursday are poised to pass legislation that would roll back numerous financial regulations passed by Democrats after the 2008 financial crisis. The bill from the House Financial Services Jeb Henslering, okay, known as the Financial Creating Hope and Opportunity for Investors, Consumers and Entrepreneurs Act, is considered dead on arrival in the Senate as Democrats are certain to filibuster such sweeping changes to Dodd-Frank financial reform law. It is, you want to talk about collusion? Donald Trump? This is out and out collusion. We're trying to get Dodd-Frank out of the way. They don't want to talk about it. They're trying to bring up Comey and Russia and Trump. And I'm going to end this segment to go to something else because I don't want to go into Dodd-Frank too far. But don't end it. I mean, until we go to commercial, okay? I'm going to end this segment to go set up something else. But here's what I want to say, okay? Your president of the United States is tweeting the truth about Comey. Your president of the United States is tweeting the truth about the 9th Federal Circuit Court, okay? Your president of the United States is tweeting the truth when he says Obama had Trump Tower, had him wiretapped. We know that. We know that. Your president of the United States is tweeting the truth. Your president of the United States is in Ohio saying he has to fix the disaster known as Obamacare. Not fix it. I apologize. He has to get rid of it. He has to get rid of it and replace the disaster known as Obamacare. Your president is telling the truth when he says, hey, you go to other countries, they can build a bridge, they can build a highway, they're doing all. Ours are crumbling. We can't just say we're going to give you the money and you do what you want. I will actually come out here with a hard hat and I will walk up and down the interstates to see what the progress is. Watch. Watch the first major construction project in the United States and see the photo ops with President Donald Trump walking up and down checking progress and giving a lucid, meaning he has his head together, Joe Scarborough, and he's not mentally disabled and he's not losing his mind. He doesn't need to be in the home. So wait till he stands up and gives a very lucid explanation on the progress of the construction as he is speaking to his investors like he's done so many years, which is you, the American people. Your president's doing a good job. But the collusion between the media, press accounts, okay, the deep state of our intelligence departments, Democrats, the list goes on. Folks, we're in a fight. We're in a daily fight. And we better get in this together and make it happen. I'm your host, BKB. I'll take a break. As soon as I come back, I've strung, I said 8:30. I got a little long. The very minute I come back, okay, we're going to give you a brief preview on the high school break-in, and then we're going to talk about property tax. And we're not leaving national issues. And don't forget, we will have at 10 o'clock. We understand 10 o'clock, Comey's going to testify. You do not have to leave this channel. We are going to run it live. End this segment and go to a break, and we'll come right back. Stay with us.
Spider-Man isn't the only hero in town. Look, there's Pizza Man with Cheesy Bites Pizza.